My mother didn't lower her voice, didn't hesitate. She simply looked across the dinner table and said, "We used your college fund for your sister's IVF." No apology. No regret. Just a flat announcement, delivered like a routine reminder. Lawrence marked as if it were some joke. I would eventually understand. My father pretended to fix his silverware. Refusing to look at me, the room tilted. But I forced myself to stay steady. I didn't yell or cry. I just set my glass down and said one word. Refund. And in that moment, something shifted in the air. Sharp and irreversible, my name is Camila. And for most of my life, I believed our quiet suburb was a shield. A place where families were safe. And promises were sacred. I thought love meant protection. I didn't see the cracks. Not until the ground finally split under me. Those cracks always led back to Lauren. The golden child. 10 years older, always first. Always praised every decision in the house. Bent toward her comfort. I learned to step back before anyone asked. Mom called it balance. Dad called it keeping the peace. I thought it was normal. By graduation, the only thing that felt truly mine was my college fund. The one they talked about proudly for years. But life didn't follow my plans. I took a job downtown, saved every month, and kept telling myself I'd apply to college soon. I didn't know the future I was working to had already been emptied without a word to me. The night after the dinner, I lay awake, replaying everything. Mom's calm delivery, Lauren's smug smile, Dad's silence, the words kept repeating, like a dripping faucet in a dark room. We use your college fund for your sister's IVF. The next day at work, I opened my banking app during lunch, trying to convince myself it couldn't be that bad. But the account was empty completely. And then I saw a sharp drop in my credit score. Beneath it was a loan I had never taken. My chest tightened. Someone had used my information and signed my name. Someone who knew exactly how much I trusted them. That evening, I confronted my mother gently, hoping it was a misunderstanding. She didn't even turn fully toward me. Camila, don't start. We did what we had to for Lauren. Lauren walked in holding a mug she didn't drink from. Stop acting like a victim. You're young, you can start over. It wasn't just her words. It was the entitlement woven into them. The assumption that my life existed as a spare drawer she could pull from any time she needed. That was when the truth hit me. This wasn't accidental, it was deliberate. A pattern, and if I didn't stop it now, it would go on forever, for days. I moved through life in a fog. Work during meetings. On bus rides home, my mind replayed the same numbers. Zero balance, unauthorized loan. Their calm dismissal. But fog clears when you stop pretending. So one night I spread out every document I had. Bank statements, remaining savings, payment trails, and in the middle of it all, I found the worst piece. A co-sign form with my name on it, a signature that wasn't mine. My stomach clenched as I realized how easy it had been for them. All the times I handed Mom my mail. All the times Dad asked for my social security card. For taxes, trust, handed over like candy. The next morning, I showed Jade everything. She looked at me stunned. Camila, this isn't a mistake, I know. I whispered that night. I drove to my placed a folder on the coffee table, and said one word. Proof. When they opened it, flipping through page after page, their faces shifted confusion. Guilt, anger, silence. If you want to discuss this, I said calmly, meet me at the clinic tomorrow. Lauren scoffed. Why? Because she's the only person you can't lie to. I walked out before they could speak. For the first time in years, I didn't feel small. The clinic room was quiet. To clean for the mess we carried in. Lauren looked irritated, Mom looked tight. Dad looked tired, then Dr. Patel entered. Calm and steady, the one person Lauren never expected to contradict her. Thank you for coming, she began. There seems to be confusion about the treatments. Confusion was a kind word. Lauren smiled, confident the doctor would support her story. But I had asked for one thing: truth about decisions Lauren herself had made. Dr. Patel folded her hands gently. Lauren, your tests were healthy. The fertility issue wasn't yours. The room froze. Mom's mouth fell open. Dad exhaled sharply, Lauren's face drained of color. Dr. Patel continued softly. You asked us to frame the treatments as your issue, not Mark's. Mom stared at Lauren like she'd never seen her before. You let us believe she needed our help, Lauren snapped. You said Camila could wait. You practically handed me the money. Dad rubbed his forehead. Mark finally spoke. Lauren, this went too far. I placed a folder on the table. These are the accounts and the loan you took in my name. I'm not here to scream. I'm here to return responsibility to the people it belongs to. Mom whispered, we'll fix it. We'll handle the loan. You will. I said, because starting today, I'm done being the easy one. Any debt with my name gets handled legally. Any financial tie-ins now. Lauren glared. So you think you're better than us? No, I said softly. I just finally think I'm enough. I walked out of the clinic, and for the first time in my life, felt the cold air as freedom. The fallout wasn't loud, no fights. No shouting, just quiet consequences. Lauren went silent online. The money she counted on dried up. Mom stopped pretending everything was fine. Dad texted, we're handling a loan. It wasn't an apology, but it was something. Mark sent a message to I am sorry. I should have spoken. His honesty surprised me more than anything in that room. Meanwhile, my life began to rebuild. I moved into a tiny apartment with thin walls and bright sunlight. I set up a cheap desk by the window and wrote my college essays. Night after night, Jade visited with takeout and said, you look lighter. I smiled. I felt lighter. The ache was still there, but it was healing, not hurting. One quiet evening, I hit submit on my first college application. A warmth spread through me. A steady certainty. I wasn't the background character anymore. I was choosing myself for the first time. I used to think protecting family meant sacrificing yourself. Now I know the truth. Protecting yourself is not betrayal. It's survival. The day I walked out of that clinic, I didn't just leave their mistake behind. I stepped into my own future and submitting those college applications. That was my refund, not in money, but in freedom, dignity, and direction. If my story touches something inside you, if you've ever fought for your own future, tell me where you're listening from, share your story below, and subscribe for the next chapter.